Well, hi. I've recently heard that, I guess it was Congress or somebody approved of a book, a Bible version for children, and that's going to be there. Who's really going to disagree with anything like that? I mean, that's going to be a thing to pass. But we do have Disneyland, we do have Peter Pan, we do have all these other things. It's the long-term effects of these kind of things that bothers me. It's nice, these stories. They're nice. I grew up with them. But sometime in my life, I don't know where it was. It just like, sort of was like a natural process. I think it started when I was trying to catch pollywogs, tadpoles, and things like that. I sort of like went away. I didn't go away from anything, but I was, hey, couldn't wait for spring. I couldn't wait for all this. And got back out into nature and stuff like that, and just was the greatest thing ever. And I paid no mind to these stories and everything. They were all suck, and I recited everything. I was like the greatest. I was even an altar boy. Yeah, I was like perfect. You know, the priests, all that, the nuns. Oh wow, I was fell in love with my first nun. Sister from Juanita. She was gorgeous. But it's in ourselves. It's in our maturities and the dangers that I see today that I didn't know about. Because when I was actually at a college level, I used to still pray before an exam to pass it. I did. I didn't associate any difference between Darwin or evolution or God or the Bible or nothing until later, all of a sudden, the pressure started coming down. So you have to believe what's in the Bible. And I never really read it because I was a Catholic, because Catholics weren't really allowed to have one necessarily. And then it seemed like it was a choice. And it seemed like, so I read it. I read the Bible. I said, okay, fine. I made my decision. I guess I was always an atheist and never realized it anyway. And my only conclusion I can come with that is not to be so harsh on that issue, is that for me, it'd be a lot easier to believe there is a God if it wasn't for the Bible. The Bible's the one that's I look at that as somebody that's already had an education to your thinking is in the right direction, and I look at that information in the Bible. No, that was quick. No big deal. But there's people out there that haven't grown up and that have are out there. you know, you know who these guys are, and they're out there in an extensive amount of areas to brainwash children. It looks like it is to an extent, but to be able to think it out rationally, you have to think it out rationally and look at the evidence. That's all it was for me. But again, is there a God? I can't give you that answer. Is there no God? I can't give you that answer. There's no evidence to support either side of anything. But the evidence does show that stories are in the Bible are untrue. So, how can you be an atheist and actually believe there's a possibility of a God? Well, I suppose there is. The thing is, I don't like to be labeled anything whatsoever. An atheist, an agnostic, a Christian, or whatever I happen to be in. We don't really know all of it, here. So is there other things? I don't know. Can anybody else give us that answer? No. Do my prayers get answered? Probably not. Doubt it. If they do, they're coincidental. I just have that little ting there once in a while, and I will do it as a meditational thing. But basically, overall, I understand the entire process of evolution, and I understand the scientific evidence on this planet, and evidence. If you're in a court of law, you have to vote, you know. So, I mean, it's dangerous, you know. But is there an advantage to not having religion? That's, I don't know. Because there's a guy out there called Thunderfoot, and his followers will follow him no matter what, and they don't question if he's got a degree or not. That bothers me, because they follow him like a religion. And they follow him like if Jesus Christ would have suddenly showed up here, 95% of the people would just like bow down and say, oh yeah. And there would be 5% or less, you know, that would say, well, wait a minute here, let's check this guy out. And then Jesus Christ would walk over and say, you have to take me on faith. Well, I would say, no, that guy, show me your DNA. And you see, this is the point I'm trying to make about Thunderfoot's followers. They don't ask him for his ID. They don't ask him for anything. They just take him on faith that he has some sort of an education. And if you look at his